What's up guys, today we're making these super crispy mixed veggie fritters with a tangy lemon crema. They're crunchy, packed with flavor, and a great way to use leftover veggies. Let's get right into it. We're gonna start by cutting a small Spanish onion in half and removing the skin. Using the larger holes on a grater, we're going to grate one half of the onion until it's fully grated. At this point, your eyes are probably gonna start watering. That's just the onion saying what's up. With our onion grated, we're gonna move on to one medium carrot. There's no need to peel the carrot as you won't even notice the difference. Just make sure to give it a good scrub before you start grating it. The carrot is also going to bring out some natural sweetness and add a little pop of color to our fritters. Then we're going to grate in one medium zucchini into the mix. The zucchini has a high water content, so we're going to remove some of that excess moisture later on. For now, grate it and toss it in with the rest of the veggies. Lastly, we're going to grate one medium russet potato with the skin left on. Just make sure to scrub the potato really well to remove any lingering dirt before we go to grate it. The starch from the potato is going to help bind our fritters and get them extra crispy when we go to fry them. With all our veggies prepped, it's time to move on to preparing our aromatics. We're going to use both the green and white parts of 3 scallions. I like to slice them on a nice bias so you can see them better throughout the fritters. I also like to save the root ends and place them in some water to get more scallions in a couple of weeks. Next, we're going to rough chop a bunch of cilantro to add some freshness to the fritters. This part is totally optional, but I think it adds some nice brightness to the dish. Now we're going to season our veggies in a large bowl with 2 teaspoons of salt and give it a good mix. We're going to let this sit for at least 20 minutes for the salt to draw as much moisture from the veggies as possible. While that's happening, let's go work on our lemon crema. For the lemon crema, we're going to zest 1 lemon right into a bowl. I like to do large swipes down the lemon with a microplane to get as much zest as possible without getting any of the white bitter part. Then we're going to cut the lemon in half and juice one of the halves. That should give you around 1 to 2 tablespoons of juice. To that, we're going to add 1 cup of sour cream and give it a good mix. Then we're going to go in with a teaspoon of salt and a tablespoon of honey. Make sure everything is well incorporated, and then we're going to go set this aside and check on our veggies. After about 20 minutes, you can see just how much water has been pulled out. That's exactly what we wanted. Without this step, the fritters would steam and fall apart instead of getting nice and crispy. Working in batches, we're going to place the mix into some cheesecloth or a clean kitchen towel. We're then going to give the cloth a twist and squeeze out as much liquid as possible. You'll be surprised by how much liquid those veggies hold in them. We're going to continue this process until all the veggie mix has been wringed out of any excess liquid. Make sure not to throw out that liquid when you're done squeezing the veggies, as it's packed with flavor and starch, which is going to help bind our fritters later on. After squeezing out as much liquid as possible, we're going to season and bind our mixture. To our mix, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of flour, and a teaspoon of that starchy water we saved from earlier. Give that a good mix and finish seasoning it with 2 teaspoons of salt. After that, our fritters are now ready to be fried. These are very delicate at this point, so I like to shallow fry them in a cast iron skillet. Here I'm using vegetable oil, and once it reaches 350 degrees Fahrenheit, we're going to scoop some of the fritter mix using a large spoon and gently press it down once it hits the pan. Let each side cook for about 2 to 3 minutes or until golden and crispy. Make sure not to overcrowd the pan or they'll steam and get soggy instead of getting nice and crispy. After about 3 minutes, we're going to gently give them a flip. Don't be crazy like me using my hands to turn the fritters, instead use a fork in conjunction with a spatula to flip the fritters. After another 3 minutes, they should look nice and crispy like this. I like to place them on a wire rack or a paper towel and hit them with a little salt while they're still hot. That last bit of seasoning makes a big difference. And just look how perfectly crispy and golden brown these came out. To serve, we're going to smear a large spoonful of that lemon crema right on the plate, stack a few fritters on top, and finish with some fresh scallions or cilantro for a little color. These veggie fritters are crispy on the outside, tender in the middle, and that lemon crema cuts through it all with a little tang and sweetness. Let's give it a bite so you can hear just how crispy they are. Oh yeah, the crunchy outside and the tender center are a match made in heaven, and that crema really brings it all together. Honestly, these are one of my favorite summer snacks. If you liked today's recipe, don't forget to drop the video a like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.